And yeah. I'll be saving the VODs for this and other streams to post later, of course, but I just need a little bit of a pause. I have some good main channel content coming out though, guys. We got a video on stingray cooking. That might be one of my favorite videos yet. It might be the best one. We got Meta History Part 2. Part 3 is already done, by the way. So, planning to drop those each week. Maybe episode 4 also. We have 6 episodes already scripted. I have a video on S4 stages. Already made. Oh, Zen, do you watch? What else do we got? I have the thought process behind Tacticooler. I have a bit of a story time stream that goes up tomorrow, I think. Some other stuff like that. I know everything that happens in the comics. So I am not going in completely blind. I've also seen the previews. So I am pretty knowledgeable. Oh shit, if you want to join the watch party, let me know. I'm like watching with a few others. So. Have you read the comics then, or are you just watching the show? Oh my god, they're both like one. Wow. That slider would have probably killed like 2 if I got it off. I mean, it's just a little, it's just like an impromptu group for tonight. It's not like this was just thrown together because I don't know. I felt like it. Oh my god, I thought that would have been messed up. I'll just take the cab. How's Dread? Has it been fun? In comp, yeah. In solo, no. But I must practice to get better at the game. You know what happens from YouTube recaps? Ah, nah. You can't pull that. You gotta catch up. Unless if you mean you've only known about, like, the comics from YouTube recaps. You gotta, like, actually see the full show episodes, though. You're missing out. I might die here. This game is not looking great, to be honest. I am just getting absolutely sprayed. I'm gonna go for a player. No one. Yeah, I know. I'm just chilling tonight. You've seen the show, okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Alright, I'll add you in. Or, we might just use LR server, actually. Oh my god. That sucks. Not sure if I should have slided that corner or not. My angle wasn't great. But I felt like we were being very aggressive, so I felt like it might work. At least they wasted Kraken. I don't know why they thought that. Maybe an hour max. Maybe less. I just need something to do. So. Someone's rotating bad. Here we go again. Oh, I don't know if it's caps. Oh, there we go. Dang, that jump is so unfortunate. That's like so luckily timed. Oh wow, everyone died without getting a kill. Time to pray, I guess. Holy, what time? Oh my god, help. Alright, just CRB and heavy. Surely we killed him. Oh no, we lost Booyah too? Nice kills from Bucket though. Oh, they have. We gotta push though. They have Strike Booyah. What? Oh, they're not even dropped. That guy just died. Oh wait, big kill. Yeah, alright, I mean, strike's gone. Okay. Good guy there. I think we need to push this, but I really don't want to make the move and feed again. No! Ah, we lost anyway. It did not matter. They had Strike Booyah, so we just didn't push. Just remind me like 10 minutes before Zen to get in the voice or like join a LR voice by then. I think you're in the server already. I know that game was just tough. Our team was so passive on holds. Strike Booyah is like kind of rough for that. Oh well. Hi Chad, you guys just missed a match because I forgot to unpause the recording. Oops. Here's the KD screen. It wasn't much of a game, so you didn't miss much. Yeah, I think there's like moments like that, but I don't know. People saying season 1 is higher highs is correct. I mean, maybe it'll be wrong with this episode, because episode 7 animation is clearly better, just from the teaser. Everyone's noticing. But, like, I would rather have it be, like, more serviceable than have those low points, because, like, they are really, really bad. I feel like when you're looking back at a show, it's easier to pick the better moments and forget about the weaker ones. But I've, like, rewatched season 1, like, 3 times catching people up this year. So, like, I know it's that bad when there's points where I have people in the watch party with me actively laughing at some of the shit that pops up. That doesn't happen in 2 or 3. At least for me. It's like, I do feel like the complaints are much more vocal this season than the previous ones. I think season 1 people excused it because season 1 just probably was lower budget. But I think season 3 will be where hopefully enough criticism gets it changed. There is a good video on it. It's not animators being lazy. Shocking, I know. The solutions are always a little bit different. It's just a lack of like storyboarders and stuff. And revisionists. It's apparently just very low compared to the standard. From what I've heard, that is the root of the problem, and it's why stuff like the Adam Eve special looks better. So it's like, alright. That's the change I want. Simple. Oh my god, help. Thank you. Oh my god, one Zuka bullet in the corner, surely. Alright, sure. I think they're still gonna try to release Season 4 next year, but I think it'll be, like, later next year. The wait's definitely gonna be tough, though. But I don't know, as much as I wish they could give them a lot more time, I also remember how bad the wait for Season 2 was. I'm sure there's, like, a middle ground, and I hope they find it, but I do feel like the problem's a little trickier than people want to admit. Yeah, I mean, I got into the comics because of the break. Like, I found out about the show through the memes, I watched the first season, and then I was like, damn, the second season isn't even announced. Like, I'm gonna wait like 2 years just to find out what happens? I'm good. So I didn't wait. I think they said 8 seasons. 8 seasons seems accurate. I can see, like, what they do for the next next, like, 2 or 3 seasons already, so. We do feel about a third of the way done right now. Yeah, I think the show is the better way to, like, experience the story originally. I think it's cool to look back at the comics and see what's changed. And there's definitely some things from the comics that are missing. At least for now. But I think the show... It definitely feels like the show is the second draft, you know? Like, you can tell the show knows exactly what to improve on. Especially when you've read both. That's not the worst start. 3-2 record, if I remember correctly. I'm just not gonna pause the recording. I don't want to mess it up. I'm not, like, paying enough attention. I'm not gonna talk too in detail about it, mostly because I don't want to spoil people who haven't seen it too much. I'm, like, purposely being very vague about my discussions to not, like, give things away. Though, I mean, some people in chat are gonna drop it a little bit closer. At that point, y'all know the risks of being in a stream talk about it. Yeah, no, I mean, the relationship stuff is definitely one of the more improved aspects to me. I think things are tackled more respectably. It's also where a lot of the complaints come from. Some of which I get, but, like, most of it I think isn't. Like, the biggest thing that I remember seeing was, like, the Season 2 relationship stuff took too long, and I disagree. I get why people think that way, but I felt like the amount of effort put into it and time, like, exploring how much they tried was, like, more realistic, I guess? Or, like, it felt more genuine, I guess? I don't know how to word it exactly. Like, people put in that situation would absolutely do everything they could. And it would absolutely take until a breaking point like that. It's like, I get some people might have seen where it was going, but the way it took to get there was inherently very interesting to me. I think that made it worth it. Good morning, Inky Heart. Welcome. I'm not saying they handled it perfectly. I know what people have their complaints about, but I do think most of it is overblown. I think a little bit of bad episode 6 writing for Amber was probably the main culprit. But, like, the general arc that they have is totally fine. I think 90% of the issues is, like, that one scene where what she's saying doesn't make a lot of sense. With, like, the rest of her complaints. Yeah, I mean, it's still better than, like, a character that very clearly served one purpose in the comics. I do actually quite like Amber as a character. At least, like, what I've seen with the show so far. Obviously, they might... I think they might change some things going forward, and I'll have to, like, give my opinion on that. But so far, I like it. I think the character work is honestly probably the best part of the show, though. I also like Atla a lot for its character work, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know, like, everyone does. But I think the show legitimately does it better. And that's a high bar. The characters in Avatar have amazing work on them. But I feel like Invincible's character work is, like, nearly unparalleled. The amount of, like, consistently very good writing, and then the acting is amazing for them. Like, pretty much every major character has, like, amazing acting work done with them. Obviously, Steven Yeun is like the star of it all to me, though. Especially this season, if you know, you know. Like, holy shit, that teaser impressed the hell out of me. Like, I hope he's getting paid extra for that. I could have waited for cooler, maybe. Oh, nice, no cap, my favorite. I love slider cheese RNG. Yeah, no, Aaron Paul is great. They handled all the Powerplex stuff amazingly. Oh, I have no major critiques there. I think that was like... Oh my god, I'm like barely out of range. The new episode releases in an hour from the stream. It's like such an annoying comp to fight. The double AoE, the sensor for the Zukas and Kraken, the cooler. We just don't have like a real midline weapon by contrast. I'm instead. Well, at least I got cooler in time. But that KD might mess it up. Still winnable though. Their team's holds are like not amazing for the situations they're in, so... Gonna go with this guy. Oh, it's Dynamo. Not gonna lie, not what I was hoping to pair with there. Just jump back by default. I mean, I never really stay up to watch them. This is the very first one I'm staying up to watch. I wasn't even gonna do so originally. I'm staying up because of one character I know that's in it now. Because I think the arc here needs to be done a little differently than in the comics, so I wasn't sure I was gonna super like it. One, they're indicating to that, but two, there's just one character. We are saved. Like, I gotta see what they do with them. Alright, we are playing hide and go seek. Here we go! Yeah, of course Invincible is a recommendation. I mean, you can watch when they go on break. You got 3 seasons, 8 episodes that are like 50 minutes long per season, plus a special. Like, even if you binge it, it's gonna be a few weeks. If not, it'll be a few months. So, like, you got plenty to, like, catch up on, I think. I mean, I don't think it's at best late 2026. I think it's at the latest it releases then. They clearly want to do a yearly release. I think it's gonna be every year. I think late 2026 is, like, assuming the best conditions in terms of, like, delays and stuff to make the animation better. But, like, I don't know if we're gonna get that. Like, I think at this point, Season 3 is probably done well enough to where they're, like, really going into production. Yeah, someone in chat correctly guessed it. So. Yeah, and I speak in vague terms. Have to for this. Maybe one day I'll do a stream talking about it. When Season 3 is done, I'll, like, give all my thoughts on the show in non-vague terms. Go more specific into it. I don't think I get into anything comic or later, though. As cool as it is, I care more for the show. And, like, how they adapt it. Yeah, Invincible's, like, definitely my favorite show now. I think it was, like, ahead of Atla as my favorite. Which is the first time I have enjoyed something more than that, but I legitimately think it's very special. As long as they finish nailing it. It is Amazon Prime. If you are watching it, regularly, quote unquote. Yeah. I feel like it's... If you do watch the show, one recommendation I'll give... If you do want to get into Invincible, do not tell the algorithm you like Invincible. I swear to God, it does not matter what platform. I'm not even on TikTok, and I've seen TikTok spoilers. I've seen Twitter spoilers. I've seen YouTube spoilers. Blue Sky is like the only platform I haven't seen them on. But it's like comparatively smaller. It's like if you let your feed know you like Invincible, you will be getting every comic spoiler ever. People are like... Dude, people can't even like wait to talk about the stuff in this season. I have seen so much stuff for things that happened in like a day after it's posted. It's so bad. So like, don't tell the algorithm about it. Mute terms about it. 100% make sure you put in the work to avoid it. Because this is 100% a show you get into blind. Like, you do not want to know what happens because this show's like completely unpredictable. Legitimately, you will have almost no idea of where the thing is going, especially past season 1. No more Zuka. So, like, you want that. I think it's more interesting that way. Even for comic readers, though, at least, like, the show's changed enough things to keep it, like, interesting. But, I mean, yeah. Coming from someone who knows all the comic stuff. Oh, he fell in time. Fuck, that was a bad play. I should have slattered by the Greats instead, I think. That would have been more guaranteed. Then I wouldn't have been shot by X-Ball as much, but I think I was just a little worried about being punched by S-Blaster Decaf. I hear you! Holy, look at that double 90. Into whiff every bullet and die. I'd also say Invincible's a good show if, like... if you feel fatigued by superhero stuff. I used to be pretty big into the Marvel movies. I know this is not a fucking unique scenario, like... I know most people are probably like this who watch Marvel movies, but, like... I got tired and burned out of it after Endgame. What a shocker, right? I don't like to be, like, one of those people that says the MCU fell off super hard. Some people pretend, like, Phase 4 and 5 are, like, worse than anything they've done before. It's just fucking wrong. Nothing has reached Thor the Dark World quality. Sorry, Thor fans. I like Thor 1 a little bit. I mean, not really. I don't know. I have a little bit of respect for some of the stuff in Thor 1. Particularly Loki's scenes. Like, when Loki's talking about his stuff, the Odin, that shit is emotional. It's good. It's, like, pretty serious. I can see why people like it, basically. But I will never unsee every single fucking Dutch angle in the universe in that movie. Holy shit. They said that about The Boys, and I hate The Boys. The Boys and Invincible are very, very, very different. I feel like I haven't watched too much of The Boys, so I don't want to be like... I don't want to say too many specifics. I have to avoid too many specific scenes because I can't handle IRL gore, sadly, but... The approach is very different. Invincible is still made by people who like superheroes and, like... What is it? The stories can be a little more realistic or go into the tropes a little bit more or be more serious, but it's still, like, a positive thing. This isn't me saying The Boys is bad either. Again, I haven't watched enough of it to definitively make that statement anyway. The Boys is very different. The shows get compared, and I think that's a bad thing. I think they are very different from each other. Like, I'm personally not interested in learning much more about The Boys at all. But I am very into Invincible. Yeah, I think anyone who watches both shows, or at least most people, will probably vouch. Dylan, where you go? Alright. I mean, it's pretty graphic at times. Not all the time. I'd say Invincible's gory when it calls for it. It's not, like, randomly gonna look like that. If it looks like that, it's for a reason. It's like, you'll usually know when it's gonna happen and be prepped. But, like... yeah, it's also pretty like that. Oh my god. Paint! Nice. Yes, this is X-Ring. No shock value. I wouldn't say no shock value. But, like, it won't appear anywhere you don't expect. Except maybe, like, episode 1. Because episode 1 is basically just, like... episode 1 is basically a giant fake-out on what kind of show you're watching. That's why it blew up in the first place. Other than that, like, at least off the top of my head, nah, everything's kind of predictable. But, like, I mean, if you can't stomach it, you can't stomach it. It can be a lot. And I can't stomach the IRL stuff, so, like, I get it. I think we'll finish up the series, but we'll probably cut this a little shorter. I'm just not super feeling playing solo. Part of me wants to grind to power, but, like... solo, you have to play so zone cheese heavy sometimes, and it's just... it's not fun. Dread is, like, such a fun comp weapon, but it's such a boring solo weapon. What's Invincible? It is a superhero show that partly satiricalizes the tropes a bit, partly tells more realistic stories, partly improves on, like, the expectations on a superhero genre with pretty cool action. I think if you like superhero stories with good characters or more mature elements, that's when you would like it. But, like, even then I'd say it's, like, watch your first few episodes to really see. And, like, especially all of episode 1. Every person I saw on the show, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to tell you anything about the show until you've watched episode 1. Like, all the way through it. Because, like, most people watch episode 1 and think it's, like, extremely average, and then point out the bad animation, and then it'll be the last 5 minutes, and then they'll be hooked. Then they'll watch everything else. And if they weren't by then, they usually will by, like, 4 or 5 episodes later. So... but yeah, going blind, there's a reason I'm talking about it without going into any kind of spoilery detail or trying to be vague. Because I understand that it's better that way. Oh wow, I whiffed that. And Ozuka whiffed that. Rip. I don't know. In general, I've been a little burned out, though, not just solo. I haven't talked about it too much. I'm like... what is it? I don't know. Oh my god, can I stop accidentally doing that? Why does this happen so much? I keep doing that. You're gonna have to fucking Zuko over there. You should be good. Okay, it's like right here. There you go. Yeah, no, the animation is, like, never, or I shouldn't say never, almost never going to be the fault of animators being lazy. I feel like that's a very uneducated view on things. Like, you have to be, like, almost purposefully naive to believe that's the main problem. In general, like, developer-animator laziness argument is, like, almost never fucking actually valid. It's almost always something higher up. I won't pretend it never happens, you know, that's unfair. But, like, yeah. Rip. I mean, I think they need more of a larger team rather than a slower show output. Like it or not, a season per season, or sorry, a season per year is, like, probably better for most mainstream audiences, like it or not. I think it's more understaffed rather than needing more time. Again, season 2 had a lot of time, but it was understaffed. Those two areas I talked about earlier. From what I've seen, what's on the credits. I think it's storyboard animators, and I forget the other one. There's a better video on it if you look it up, though. So, more staff to me is what I want to see. I'm getting pre-fired by a fucking Nova. Wait. Okay. Repeatedly slider zone and die. The whole team dies. Or you lose. Well. I am actually just cooked. Oh. Yeah, I mean, some of the Dread games are just cooked, but you keep the game perpetually going by slidering the zone. Sometimes that's the life of a Dread Ringer. So, like, the game is, like, almost certainly cooked, but you must keep going. You must keep it in. And, like, sometimes there'll be a miracle. Sometimes there won't. But, like, that's just one of those games where I just have to, like, practically every death is slidering zone or dying right after. And, like, I can't not slider zone, or we get knocked out. So, like, there's all the high deaths. Yeah, I mean, just think about it. I have, like, 10 deaths almost and 2,500 pain almost. So, like, literally all I'm able to do is pain and slider. And pain and slider. I could have gone for some risky play, but it's just tough. Slider can't really kill on that map. The slopes are fucking horrible for it, and then they just have, like, a very... Like, the Shot and Nova can just play so passively with good mobility. Bucket and Stamper are hard to kill. Solo. Definitely could have done better, but, like, it was also just... tough. Good as order dualies, the same as normal dualies. Same for every other normal variant versus order variant. Ooh. Kind of versus leader, but they do have a dynamo for cooler. Interesting. That's pretty standard dynamo here. I almost started that. That is unfortunate. instead. We can move now. Back cooler placement is vile. To go all the way back here. Retreating is bad. Hi, Blue. We're just finishing up our last series. We're 2-1 right now. I'll be getting the last of my editing work done. Get a video rendered while I check a draft. And I can go to bed. After I watch Invincible. Dude, I knew he was there, but I had to itch my nose. Nice. I am actually very itchy this game in general. We kill Dynamo? Oh, I'm out of aim. I know it's like 1 health point, but it's fine as long as my jump is okay. Maybe bomb. Can't really mess with the Dynamo one shot. I could have seen that one coming. Sucks we didn't hold though. Alright. That was the leader. This leader is very aggro. In terms of the angles they're taking. They're kind of just diving in. Clear. Nice. Bomb. Dude, he's still there? What? Alright. This guy is just perma-waiting for me to jump off. Oh, okay. Oh, I was hoping that would catch someone. Should be okay on retake, though. Oh shit, actually, this is a bit tough. God, leader here equals mine. You made jump? Nice. I forgot about leader. I forgot about leader. I do not think the 4000 XP Dread player will have any influence on a Dreader in your kit. One really good player does not really change development plans. I'm not gonna lie. He's passed away. I just default to up arrow because in tournament setting, that's what I set my pen to. I just have to play super campy because they have leader. And Zuka is playing hide and seek. Cooler. Now I can play the game. Alright, that's it. GG's, everybody. We're done! Oh, it's gonna raid Mellow, but they are no longer online. RIP. I don't have anyone on my following feed live. That might be rip. Alright, I'm gonna just end stream then. Hey, we got some points for that at least. Sure. Alright. Probably last stream for a while. Maybe another stream tomorrow, but probably not. We'll see. Either way, small break. So, see y'all. And if you haven't seen Invincible, go try it out. Alright, bye guys.